Hello and welcome back, this is Insti and I'm continuing playing Discworld Noir. Last episode we managed to finally find Mundy and, to be honest, the end result on Mundy's part was not that good. We met finally Al-Khali and his colleague, host. After we were gallivanting around Discworld, Ankh-Morpork, city of Ankh-Morpork, trying to find clues, not realizing what we are supposed to do. And I actually checked the last recording. The boots are more obvious in the recording than they are on my screen, although I have upped my brightness also. So, yeah. But I think the boots were the problem when I was playing in the PlayStation version also way back. It was so dark and it was hard to make out what was missing. So yeah, that was the same problem I had last time and now also. And that thing that I didn't realize, you can combine clues from the notebook to items in the world. Anyways, I digress. We are going to see Carlotta. Because, yes. Now we can hopefully meet her and tell her about stuff.
I see Sir has returned.
Sir has.
Who would Sir like to see?
Hopefully we can see Carlotta. We can't show the coin to count. Did we get anything new things? Golden sword, Milka's cargo. Okay, those are something we can ask. So we have quite a lot of things to ask. And we still not closer to figure out why Sapphire lied. But I digress. Let's ask to see Carlotta. Hopefully we can see her now.
Is Carlotta home?
Alas, no. What a shame that Sir's trip has been wasted. Perhaps Sir would like to leave now.
Tell her I called by.
Why, my loins stir at the very thought of serving you in this way, sir.
That's weird, because our character mentioned that we should see Carlotta. Okay, I'm gonna see the count and ask all of those stuff. I'm almost certain that we need to go back to the pier, because I think Lewton mentioned that Mundy was going to get the sword back from the storage, but he couldn't because the guard ambushed him. Surprise him. Anyways, let's see.
Is the Count received?
Yes.
I've got a few more questions for you, Count.
Yes, questions. Go on.
Let's ask him about everything. Do you know Jasper Horst?
Do you know a troll named Jasper Horst?
I rather think that is my business and not yours.
It seemed like I touched a nerve. What was it that the Count wasn't telling me?
So he do know. Where's the sword? Golden sword.
I didn't want to discuss the golden sword with just anyone.
Okay,
this was clearly something that was worth keeping quiet about.
Okay, fine. So I don't think there's anything else. We cannot... Milka's cargo?
Do you know anything about the Milka's cargo?
I'm sorry, but I don't get out of the conservatory much.
So no. I think we're off then. I'm thinking, well, we know nothing's in our office. I could go through these areas towards the Pier 5. Let's see if Cafe Ankh is empty. I'm almost certain that it is. Yes. It would seem so. Pseudopolis. Do you want to help me at all?
I need your help again, Nobby.
Well, okay, I suppose.
Milka's cargo?
Do you know anything about the Milka's cargo? Give me a break, Lewton. I don't know everything.
Golden sword?
What if I told you that I was working on a case that could make us both rich? What if I told you I had a lead on a golden sword of untold value? What would you say to me?
I'd say you're having me on. Come on, Lewton. What do you take me for? Still, untold value, eh? Is that a lot? I mean, my vest has got untold value, too.
Interested?
Nah, it's gotta be a wind-up. Golden swords. You must think I was born yesterday.
Oh, you were born, were you? I always thought you were hatched out by the sun, Nobby.
Right, do you know anything about... Where is it? Where is it? Jasper Horst.
Have you heard of a troll called Horst, Nobby?
Oh yeah, he's a treasure hunter, he is.
How come you've heard of him?
Well, Vimes always asks us to keep an eye on him when he's in town.
Is he a lawbreaker, then?
Well, he's careful never to get caught doing anything against the law.
Bit like you, then.
Yeah, a bit like... No. Now you hang on a minute. I am completely law-abiding.
Yes. You're as innocent as the next man in Ankh-Morpork.
Exactly. Well, if I can pick the next man anyway.
Well, fine. I think we're done here. Ooh, maybe... I don't know, maybe Malachite knows something? I could go and ask about him.
Well...
Do you know Horst? Did I just go wrong way? I probably did. Yeah.
Do you know a troll by the name of Jasper Horst? Malachite was as talkative as a corpse, and only slightly more attractive.
So he definitely isn't interested anything else except finding Therma. Come on, go out. Okay, let's go see Octarine Parrot.
Come to persecute me some more, Lewton? The man's gotta have a hobby.
Right, be right back. Okay, so Jasper Horst.
Do you know a troll by the name of Jasper Horst?
I know a lot of people. That doesn't mean I want to talk about them with you.
Right. Golden Sword.
I didn't want to discuss the Golden Sword with just anyone. This was clearly something that was worth keeping quiet about.
Fine. So, nothing at all. Well, I guess we need to go to the Pier 5. That's the only thing we need to talk to you. But
I have a few more questions.
You're persistent, I'll give you that.
the problem is, I can't get in there. I'll just talk.
Ordinarily, I'd have attempted to engage anyone in casual conversation. After all, you never know what you might learn. But the Watchman... Well, let's just say he was a pain in the largest muscle in my body. Have I got that right? Which is the largest muscle, anyway? Better check that later.
Okay. Golden sword.
I didn't want to...
Okay.
This was clearly something...
Okay, fine. Because we have a problem. I don't have a rope.
Do you know a troll by the name of Jasper Horst?
Sorry, I don't. It's.
Right. I guess we can.
I had a feeling that Mundy's coin was important, and
Fine.
I wasn't about...
The problem is I cannot enter there.
The doors led into the warehouse itself, but the watchman wasn't about to let me in.
No.
I couldn't tell what the crates contained, and frankly,
Do we have anything here? Because we definitely can't go to the skylight anymore. Come on, walk. Faster, please.
I wasn't the Disc's greatest climber, and the warehouse wasn't the easiest building to scale. I was going to need some help.
What else? What else? Basically, this is the only place where I can talk.
Come to persecute me some more? A man's gotta have a...
What could I ask? Have I asked him about Sapphire Light? I might ask
I
him.
need to speak with Sapphire.
Try and imagine how much I care.
Look, is she here or not?
She's in her dressing room.
Have I not talk about Sapphire to him? I can't remember. I'm almost... well, that was easier than I thought, but I'm almost positive I talk about Sapphire to him. But maybe I didn't.
It's really impolite to walk into a room without knocking. But who knows what you miss out on when you take the time to knock. Sapphire had a pile of money in her room, and I was glad I hadn't given her an opportunity to hide it.
Lewton, you startled me. Didn't Mother tell you not to walk into rooms unannounced?
Mother told me to walk into rooms with a crossbow. She was a sensible woman.
What you want?
That's quite a lot of money you've got.
What? Oh, yeah. Money, yeah.
Where'd you get it, Sapphire?
Oh, that. Well, see, I won it.
Won it?
Yes, at casino.
Which one?
Saturnalia. Sapphire go there often.
Really? Is it a good casino?
Oh, yeah. Good as casino get. You should go, Lewton.
Maybe I will.
Okay. That was interesting. Can I ask you, why did you lie?
You lied to me, Sapphire. Strung me along with that Madame Lodestone story.
What? No. Sapphire told truth.
The troll in Madame Lodestone's grave wasn't Therma.
How you tell?
Malachite told me.
You trust him?
He's too stupid to lie, and you're too smart not to.
Sapphire not smart. Big dumb troll, like all the other trolls.
Don't play games, Sapphire. I know you're smarter than the average troll, although I could say the same about some mushrooms.
Look, Sapphire don't know why someone would switch bodies. Sapphire just trying to help.
She was lying to me. I could feel it. She was obviously hiding something, but it was apparent I needed to know more if I was going to worm it out of her.
Okay. Sapphire's money.
So, you won this money at the races.
No, not at races. At casino.
Oh, yeah, that's right. At the casino.
Counterweight killings?
You heard of the counterweight killings?
Yeah?
What do you know about them?
Sapphire know they called counterweight killing. Sapphire know people kill. That all Sapphire know.
That's quite a lot. And not a lot at the same time. Golden sword.
I didn't want to do this.
Oh, okay. You're not discussing about the golden sword. Fine. Do you know about Milka's cargo?
Do you know anything about the Milka's cargo?
You ask too many questions.
I think I do. That's nothing. Or maybe if I have asked about Sapphire earlier, she wasn't here. Count von Überwald.
Do you know anything about Count von Uberwald?
Wouldn't know anything about that.
Jesper Horst.
Do you know a troll called Jesper Horst?
Horst? You not involved with Horst, are you, Lewton? You in trouble if you are.
You know him then?
No, Sapphire not know Horst, and Sapphire keep it that way.
Interesting. So we can't trust Horst. Well, to be honest. Mundy.
How does it feel to be working underneath where Mundy was horrifically murdered?
People die, honey. It happens.
Do you know anything about Mundy's death?
Sapphire know that you prime suspect.
Word travels fast, doesn't it?
Small town, Lewton.
It's not so small. Anyway, gossip spreads faster the more people there are to hear it. It's funny that way.
So nothing about that. Anything else? Carlotta, Al-Khali, Malachite, Elsa, and 2 conquers. Well, I could ask about Carlotta again.
What do you know about a woman named Carlotta?
You must think I know whole town.
Okay, fine. Hopefully I've asked everything. So we can go probably a new area. Yeah, this is interesting because you really have to talk about everything to everybody to see if something new comes up. Because I'm almost certain that I asked about the sapphire from that guy. Oh, there's the Saturnalia. Let's go there. That's a new place.
Saturnalia was almost legendary. The upmarket casino was situated on the King's Way and was frequented by the rich members of Ankh's high society and hopeful social climbers from Morpork. It was a temple to pride, greed, and avarice. And like any temple, anyone with money was welcome.
Right. What can we do here? Anything over here? Nothing. So, is this going inside also? Or somewhere else? Basically, I have same arrow all the time, so...
The last person I wanted to see was Death himself, waiting to take me to whatever hell awaits a failure like me. But after Death, Ilsa was a close second. My eyes were drawn to her the moment I entered the room, and I decided then and there that I wasn't going to talk to her. The next thing I remember, I was talking to her.
Hello, Lewton. Still mad at me?
As soon as I learn how to offer forgiveness, you'll be the first one to receive it.
This is my companion, 2 conquers.
Pleased to be meeting you. You are Remora Salachi. Not the last time I checked.
This is Lewton. He's an old friend of mine.
Why did he think I was Remora Salachi?
We're supposed to be meeting him here.
What do you want with an assassin like Remora?
What are you talking about?
I looked around to see Remora drawing a weapon. Assassins are damn good at what they do, but they're not allowed to kill innocent bystanders. I didn't know if it was bravery or stupidity, but I decided to stand between Remora and his target. Interrupting an assassin while he was working was a risky business. So I decided to ambush Remora with the old only answer questions with questions routine. Why did you try to kill that woman?
Why does any assassin try to kill someone?
Who put a contract out on Ilsa?
Don't you know better than to interfere in official guild business?
Why would anyone want to kill Ilsa?
Do you expect me to discuss a confidential case with you?
What do you want from me, Remora?
A swift death and a cheap funeral.
Ha! You lose. That wasn't a question, that was a statement. You're getting sloppy.
You're lucky we're only allowed to kill for money, because I'd take you out for free, Lewton.
I'd managed to embarrass Remora in front of a crowd of social notables, and that was bad news. It was bad enough that I had the watch breathing down my neck without the Assassin's Guild baying for my blood. Fortunately, there was nothing they could do to me unless someone paid for a contract on me. Actually, that wasn't strictly true. They could tie me up and torture me for days if they wanted to, just as long as I didn't die. It wasn't a comforting thought.
Who was the woman?
Carlotta, what are you doing here?
I like to take risks. Isn't that what life is for?
I've taken enough risks to last a lifetime.
You didn't answer my question, you know. Who was the woman?
Ilsa, why do you want to know? Jealous? Afraid you might have a rival?
All women are rivals, Lewton.
She's not important.
I see. If you decide to be honest with me, I'll be around.
It was the most unsettled I'd seen Carlotta get. I guess there was a heart in that cold chest after all.
Well, that escalated quickly. Anyways, I'll make a save. I make new and I want to try one thing. I've been making new saves all the time. Can I save something? Oh. Come on. Up. 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 Yes. So I'll just check. Does it change it? Yeah, it makes it higher. Okay. World table, character deck.
The game Whirl was croupier for used a character deck, the distilled wisdom of the ancients painted onto cards. The croupier at the truncheon table was a man named Whirl. Whirl didn't give anything away for free.
Can I talk to him?
What's the game?
Truncheon. Interested, stranger?
The name's Lewton. What are the stakes?
Minimum stake is $1 a hand. House limit is 10,000 per hand.
I'm in. Here's my dollar.
Hey, big spender.
Whirl told me how to play the game. Something to do with the major arcana and the private arcana. The major arcana had strange names like the Fool, the Pyrophant, and the unbelievable expense of a slice of cheese. Essentially, it seems I just had to stay under 21 and get as high as I could. It all seems pretty whimsical to me.
It's a whimsical world.
What happens in a tie?
I win.
That doesn't seem fair.
I'll note that down in the complaints book, shall I? Player thinks the odds might be stacked in favour of the house.
I didn't really know what I was doing, but I expected to lose my dollar anyway, so I didn't worry about it. But someone else at the table seemed pretty worked up about what I was doing.
That isn't the way to play it.
Why not?
Because it isn't the way to win.
Is there a way to win?
Well, there's a way to lose more slowly.
What's it to you?
I've seen enough losing. I don't want to see any more.
I only bet $1.
No, it's the principle of the thing.
What do you think?
I'm just a croupier. I'm not paid to think.
I lost my dollar. But I reckon I got value for money. And hey, the cards were pretty.
Okay, can I talk?
Do you own this place?
Saturnalia? No, you gotta be kidding.
Who owns it?
I don't really know. Probably a whole group of people. For all I know, no one owns it, and it just keeps ticking over all on its own.
Is that likely?
Frankly, I don't really care. As long as I get paid, it's all the same to me.
Don't you have an inquisitive mind?
No, I find people with inquisitive minds don't live too long.
He has a point. Let's ask about Carlotta.
Do you know Carlotta?
Well enough.
She's a regular here.
Oh yeah, she likes to come in every once in a while. She usually ends up betting with somebody else's money, and she never loses control.
What do you mean?
Well, you can win or lose in a single game. That's just the way it is. But sooner or later, people lose control and bet all they have left. And then that's it. For most of them, they don't care. Mostly they're just big shots with more money than sense who like the glamour of Saturnalia. Some of them are hopefuls who can't afford to lose the money they've wagered. But those that are really good at the game, they never lose control. They know just when to play and just when to quit.
And Carlotta's one of them?
Carlotta is always in control.
Interesting. Al-Khali?
What do you know about a dwarf named Al-Khali?
I'm just a croupier. I don't know everything.
Okay. Malachite?
Do you know a troll by the name of Malachite?
I don't think so.
Ilsa and Two Conquers.
Do you know a woman named Ilsa or a man named Two Conquers?
I don't think so.
Right.
Have you heard of the counterweight killings?
Sure, and I only have one thing to say about them. I'll place good money that the patrician's next.
Any reason?
Just a hunch.
And Mundy.
Can you think of any reason that Mundy might have been hung upside down before he was killed?
I'm just a croupier. I don't know.
Okay. Sapphire.
I was told that I'd find a certain troll's body in the Salachi mausoleum. Only when I got there, it wasn't the right body. You wouldn't know anything about that, would you?
You went rooting around in the Salachi family mausoleum. Hey, leave me out of this, Lewton.
Fine. Can I ask about... No, well, not for Nubel one.
Do you know anything about Count von Uberwald?
That means nothing to me.
Okay. Jasper?
Heard of a big shot troll by the name of Jasper Horst?
I've heard of him, but I don't know him. He doesn't come round here in person.
What else? Sapphire's money.
Do you know a troll named Sapphire?
Oh, I'm just a simple croupier. I wouldn't know anything important. And if I did, I certainly wouldn't give it away for nothing.
I guess you don't like to give away anything for free.
When you've worked in a casino as long as I have, you learn that you don't get anything for nothing.
So is that... Golden Sword? Apparently most likely we are not going to ask about that, but let's try.
I didn't want to... This...
Okay. No. Can I talk to you, Warb?
You seem to get worked up over my gambling.
I'm not as easygoing as I used to be.
You're a...
Wow, you're sharp. What tipped you off? The gown? The arcane symbols?
Look, I just thought you might want to talk. You tried to help me at the table, and I thought I'd make amends for being so rude to you. Sorry I tried.
No, wait. I'm like, sorry, friend. It's just, I'm on edge.
The name's Lewton.
I'm sorry. We haven't been properly introduced. My name is Warb. B-L-L.
B-L-L?
Well, Bachelor of Eldritch Lacemaking.
Eldritch Lacemaking?
Don't ask.
I want that education. Bachelor of Eldritch. Well, I would go masters for that. Okay.
You a regular in here, then?
I guess so. I'm not very lucky.
I thought all wizards were lucky.
Whatever gave you that impression? Do you know how many bizarre and unpleasant ways there are for a wizard to die inside the walls of Unseen University alone? One false invocation as you're summoning a demon, and bang! You're lunch for some pit fiend with more tentacles than legs and fewer arms than heads. Or spend too long in the wrong area of the library and poof, you disappear. All that you leave behind is a statistic.
Don't you like being a wizard? It always seemed like a glamorous profession to me.
There's nothing glamorous about wizardry. Well, except for glamours.
Glamours?
It's an elvish thing.
Well, thank you very much.
Okay, unlucky.
If you're so unlucky, why do you come here?
I haven't lived a lucky life, but, well, I don't know. I guess I feel that in here, I at least have a chance.
But the odds are always stacked against you. The house always has the advantage.
Let me tell you something, Lewton. The house always has the advantage. Here, out there, it doesn't make any difference. At least in here, you know who the house is.
That's a pretty stark outlook.
Ever made a decision that affected your whole life? Ever done something that throws everything into question?
No, I don't feel in that much control of my life.
None of us are.
Unseen University.
So you work up at Unseen University.
I was trained there. Once I got my degree, I moved on.
But you're still a wizard. I thought all you guys were under the jurisdiction of the university.
Yeah, I work for Unseen Securities now.
Unseen Securities?
Yeah, we make magical security systems. Very exclusive.
Are they expensive?
Oh yeah, hardly anyone can afford our services.
Okay, and now the formal questioning. Golden sword?
I'm looking for a magical artifact, a golden sword. Does that mean anything to you, Warb?
A golden sword? I'd let go of that if I were you.
Why? What do you know about it?
Nothing, and neither do you. I'll forget you mentioned it, but you'd better forget about it altogether. It'll get you killed, you know. Mark my words.
Well, well, well. First time we... I was certain that we get the... I'm not gonna talk about that. What about you? Do you know anything about counterweight killings?
Heard of the counterweight killings?
I heard someone in Unseen University got killed by a spy, but I don't really, know anything about it, you know?
Fine. Sapphire's money.
Do you know a troll called Sapphire?
I've seen her around, but I don't really know her.
Seen her here?
Oh, yeah. She's sometimes here. She never looks very happy, though.
Do you know a troll called Sapphire?
I've seen her around, but I don't really know her.
Seen her here?
Oh, yeah. She's sometimes here. She never looks very...
Oh, wait. Do I get the same...
Do you know a troll...
Okay.
I've
seen her here?
Oh, yeah. She never looks very...
Okay. I was hoping that he would tell me about if he won some money.
Do you know a troll by the name of Jasper Horst?
I don't know them.
And Uberwald.
Do you know anything about Count von Uberwald?
That means nothing to me.
Malachite?
Do you know a troll by the name of Malachite?
I don't know.
Okay. Mundy.
Can you think of...
I'm afraid I can't really, help you.
Oh. Yeah, I accidentally clicked there, but fortunately he didn't have anything to say. Ilsa and Two Conquers.
Do you know a woman named Ilsa or a man named Two Conquers?
I don't know them.
Al-Khali?
What do you know about a dwarf named Al-Khali?
I don't know them.
Carlotta?
Do you know Carlotta?
No, I guess I don't.
What's that supposed to mean?
Forget it.
Okay.
Do you know
I don't know.
Again, I'm pressing wrong buttons. Okay, we are done, hopefully, here. No, well, with these guys. Can I? Probably I cannot play. But there's Carlotta. And I'm guessing we need to talk to her. Finally, we met her.
A roulette table sat in one corner of the casino, but it didn't keep my attention. Carlotta didn't strike me as the gambling kind, but then with her look, she could probably gamble with other people's money. Personally, I thought that took the edge out of the experience, but I doubt she cared. The woman's name is Ilsa. She and I used to be close. It's over.
Why are you telling me this?
I thought you might want to know.
How is the case going?
Badly. Mundy's dead.
Dead?
Yeah, dead. Murdered. And not a pretty sight. I'm sorry.
Don't be. I'll survive. You could have chosen a nicer way to tell me.
I thought you might appreciate me getting straight to the point. Do you want me to stay on the case?
Is there still a case?
I thought perhaps you might like to know who killed Mundy and why.
Yes, I owe him that. You can continue with the case, Lewton.
Well, she wasn't that devastated, but let's talk.
Do you want to know what happened with Mundy?
That's what I'm paying you for, isn't it?
Is it? I'm starting to wonder.
Don't you like me, Lewton?
What's not to like? You're a woman like any other.
Do you look down on all women, or just the ones you know?
I have plenty of distaste to go around.
Fine, let's go that... Well, let's ask about Azil, although that's neither here nor there.
Does Azil mean anything to you?
Azil? Wasn't he a madman from the Great Neff? Some kind of religious maniac?
Go on.
That's it. That's all I can remember.
Well, I mean, it's interesting it's still here, although we already know it's 3712V, unless it's both. Anyways.
The person who killed Mundy hung him upside down and poked his eyes out. Can you think of any reason they might have done that?
What? No. Why should I?
Well, you knew Mundy. I didn't. I thought you might have an insight on it that I didn't.
Let's ask this.
Did you kill Mundy?
What? What do you think I am, Lewton?
It's got nothing to do with what I think of you, Carlotta. But the Watch are investigating, and if they find out about your connection with Mundy, you're bound to be a suspect.
So why are you asking me if I did it?
Let's just call it professional curiosity.
If I had done it, would you turn me in?
That depends.
On what?
On why you did it.
You don't strike me as a moralist, Lewton.
I'm a simple man, Carlotta. I have simple ideas of what's right and what's wrong. The trouble is, things are seldom that simple. It's always somewhere in the middle ground. I try not to jump to conclusions. In my line of work, that can get you killed.
That must be a tremendous incentive to think everything through.
I do my best. You still haven't answered my question.
I didn't kill him, Lewton, if that's what you really want to know.
Do you have an alibi? I told her when the murder took place and asked her if she had an alibi. I wasn't surprised when she did. Frankly, I reckon I could have said any day and any time, and she'd have had an alibi. She was that kind of woman.
There are witnesses who can corroborate where I was.
And where were you?
I was in the Temple of Small Gods.
Spend a lot of time on your knees, do you, sister?
We all need a little absolution.
For your sins?
Everything I do is a sin in someone's eyes.
Okay, we are making progress.
Does three...
Let's try not to get too...
Oh, yeah. Al-Khali. I'm almost certain I have asked, but...
Have you heard of a dwarf who goes by the name of Al-Khali?
No, I haven't.
Never mind. It was a long shot.
No, it's not, because... Well, let's ask about counterweight killings first.
Have you heard of the counterweight killings?
No.
Mundy's murder looks like a counterweight killing.
Oh, I'm thrilled.
Oh, good for you. Sapphire?
I'm trying to find out why a troll named Sapphire would lie to me. Any thoughts?
Be careful, Lewton. I don't appreciate...
Okay. Count von Überwald.
Do you know anything about Count von Uberwald?
Be careful, Lewton. I don't...
Fine. And, this will be interesting.
Have you heard of a troll by the name of Jasper Horst?
Yes, I've heard of him.
What do you know?
I know that I've heard of him. but that's all.
That wasn't very helpful.
You're tough, Lewton. You'll survive.
Sapphire's money.
You don't happen to know how a troll singer might end up with a lot of money by any chance?
Let's try not to get too sidetracked, Lewton.
Okay, fine. Let's see.
I want to talk to you about something important.
Really? I can't wait.
Not here. It's too public.
Your place or mine?
Yours is probably safer.
Let's go.
We barely spoke at all on the way over, and there was a certain tension between us. Gods help me, I liked it.
Well, we're alone. What did you want to talk to me about?
You've got a lot of smooth moves, Carlotta. You've managed to string me along like a kitten.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about you lying to me, sister. I'm talking about the way you used me to track down Mundy, and how you were planning to cut me out of the action when I found him.
You're paranoid, Lewton.
Oh, I know I'm paranoid. But just because I'm paranoid doesn't mean you're not a lying, thieving lowlife. Tell me about the golden sword.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, I think you do. And so does Jasper Horst.
You spoke to Horst?
Yes, I spoke to Horst. And he seemed to think that I had possession of the sword. Apparently Mundy had it, only he died before he could deliver it. Horst thinks I killed him and took the sword.
I didn't want you to get involved, Lewton. It was too dangerous.
Don't pull the hysterical woman act on me, Carlotta. It won't work.
All right, you got me. I used you. Everybody uses everyone, Lewton. It's the way of things. Friendships are just what happens when you've used someone for so long, it becomes habitual.
You're a bitter little lady.
It's a bitter little world. What now?
You tell me everything.
Why?
Because you need me.
I don't need anyone.
You'd like to think so, wouldn't you? But even you aren't totally independent, Carlotta. You need the Count's money, for one. One word from me and I could get you cut off.
He wouldn't dare. He's too bound by tradition.
Perhaps, but can you really afford to take that chance?
What's the deal, Lewton?
Straight cut. I'll help you recover the sword. We split the profit.
You think you can trust me enough for that to work?
No, but this isn't about trust. It's about money. You don't trust me any more than you trust Horst. But I figure you'd work with him if it got you the money.
You're smart, Lewton, but you've got one thing wrong.
What's that?
I trust you more than I trust Horst.
Oh, I'm touched. But I reckon you'd trust a rattlesnake before you'd trust Horst.
You're a good judge of character.
Hang around with scum long enough and you learn to tell the different types of scum apart. Horst is the treacherous kind.
What about me?
You're just a woman, Carlotta, and that's not a compliment.
Why do you hate women so much?
I hate everyone and everything. No one gets special treatment. Now tell me the real story between you and Mundy.
Mundy wasn't my lover. He was my contact. He was supposed to be bringing the artifact in from Sota, but something went wrong on the way. I don't know what it was, but Mundy never made his rendezvous. I went with Reagan to the wharf to meet him, but he wasn't there.
Who's Reagan?
Tut tut. We have been lax in our investigating.
Just tell me who he is, Carlotta.
Henning's friend, if that's a meaningful word when it comes to the old relic. You should talk to him about Reagan, not me.
Do you know where Reagan is now?
No, he dropped me at the Temple of Small Gods, and that's the last I saw of him.
Did he know what was going on?
Reagan? Ha! No, I never told him anything. Everything I told him would have gone straight to the Count.
Anything else you haven't told me?
I'm sure there's plenty of things I haven't told you. The girl's got to have some secrets.
You're trouble, Carlotta.
Admit it, Lewton. You like trouble.
What if I do?
I know what's going on inside of you, Lewton. You're just like any other man, only a little more so.
When she kissed me, fire burned in my veins and I felt alive. Have you ever kissed someone who you didn't know whether to love or to hate? Well, other than your parents. Not that I'm prying into your private life, just trying to get my point across. Something changed in me at that point, and I knew I'd never be the same again.
I guess we have a deal then.
With my brains and your looks, we could go places.
What about with my brains and your looks?
We could still go places. They just wouldn't be as nice.
Whoa. Okay, let's see what else.
So, now we're working together. Is there anything you'd like to tell me?
What like?
Anything you've kept back from me? Any lies you'd like to confess to, and secrets you're still hiding?
A girl's got to have some secrets, Lewton.
Okay, fine. We have to ask these questions, and then I probably need to see the count. Maybe he tells me something now. Again, I definitely...
Do you know a woman named Ilsa or a man named Two Conkers?
Be careful.
Okay,
I wasn't about to ask.
okay. I don't... to be honest... Sapphire, do you know...
I'm trying to find out. Any thoughts?
Be careful.
Okay, no. Would you tell me about something... Okay, fine. Well, that makes things a little bit easier. Murders, contacts, contact and suspects, cases, Milka's cargo.
You must have known something about the Milka's cargo.
Yes, I had a crate amongst the cargo. It wasn't carrying anything important. It was just for Mundy to hide the sword in if it became necessary.
But the sword wasn't in the crate.
No, the last I saw of the crate, Reagan had it. I don't know where it is now.
Do you have anything that might help me find it?
I have a shipping order. You can have it if it's useful to you.
It could be. Any lead is a good one at the moment.
Oh, good. Could I ask about that? So we have a shipping order. Let's ask about Golden Sword. Do you know any...
Can you tell me anything more about this golden sword?
I've told you all I know.
Right. I guess we
I'll
could...
see you around, Carlotta.
I hope so.
I could go see the count now. I'll make a quick save. Again, I'm not worried that any...
I see Sir has returned.
Sir has.
Who?
Count.
Is the Count receiving guests?
No. But he will see you.
Now that we managed...
Your interest in the Mundy case wouldn't have something to do with your missing companion, would it?
Why, Mr. Lewton, I'm impressed. You actually do have some detective skills.
What's the deal?
He was my friend. Perhaps my last friend. He was a dwarf of simple tastes, and when I was younger, he drove my carriage for me. These days, given that I am confined to the conservatory, I have no need for a driver, but I kept Reagan on the payroll so that I should have someone to talk to.
When did he go missing?
3 days ago. He took the carriage out that night and has not been seen since.
And you thought Carlotta might have employed me to look for him?
I was hoping, yes.
You could always employ me to find him.
Wouldn't that be a conflict of interests?
I don't see why. Anyway, there isn't a conflict of interest that I know about that couldn't be solved with a generous cash settlement.
Be assured that if you can find Reagan, I can offer you substantial recompense.
Then I'll see what I can do. The Count gave me an iconograph of Reagan to help my investigations. My mind was already racing. 3 days ago, the Milka arrives. 3 days ago, Reagan disappears. Now, I believe in coincidences. Coincidences happen every day. But I don't trust coincidences. Something deeper was going on here, and I was going to find out what. Because I can't stand a secret, and because I have a burning need to find the truth. But mostly, because there was a wad of money in it for me if I found out.
Okay, now we have a picture. We have quite a lot of things.
Carlotta had given me the shipping order for the crate she had on the Milka.
So we have a shipping order. And we have a...
Reagan was Count von Uberwald's driver and confidant. He'd paid me to find him, or to find out what had happened to him, and had given me this picture of him to help.
So I'm guessing I need to go around to people and show this iconograph. He might be... Oh. Where does this go? Interesting.
I'll say this for the von Uberwalds. They had class. There weren't many homes in Ankh-Morpork with a window that could take your breath away. Well, maybe in Unseen University, but I'd heard that they had windows there that could literally take your breath away.
That is interesting looking.
There was no way I was going to try and smash such an incredible work of art.
That's fine, that's fine. Can I enter anywhere? Staircase, maybe? Book? Am I allowed to check that?
The book was an old edition of Twerp's Peerage. Probably a collector's item. Why do rich families feel the need to leave old, valuable books lying around in their reception halls? It's bad enough that they have so much more money than you without rubbing it in.
Okay, can I take the book?
The book was about the lineage and heraldry of the nobility of the city of Ankh. I didn't understand much of it, but I noticed that there were handwritten corrections in it.
So basically, I probably have to go and show the picture to...
I confess, I was consumed with avarice, but I wasn't about to steal an entire staircase.
I guess I can't go up.
There was something about the wooden staircase that was really impressive. I think it might have been the thought that it probably cost more to make than everything I owned.
Well, it seems... Whoa, there's something.
I've got a few more questions.
Go.
No.
I'll be back.
I'm guessing... Oh, Temple of Small Cards. But, I need to go and show the picture to people. But most... He was in the wharves with... I'm not going to go Saturnalia or Horst Quarters, at least for the moment. I'll go through Pseudopolis, Octarine, and down to here. I'm guessing we don't need to go Rodan's workshop. I checked the Lewton's office, Cafe Ankh, and then Temple. So basically like this, unless something really weird happens.
You could say this about Nabi. Deep down, good might be. I need your help again, Nabi.
I might ask about...
Okay, I suppose. I'm looking for a dwarf named Reagan. He's been missing.
Missing? What kind of missing? Missing for a few hours, missing person, missing in the shades? Help me out here, will you?
Missing person, I guess.
How long's he been missing?
3 days.
3 days? You've got to be kidding. That barely counts as a hangover in Ankh-Morpork, let alone a missing person case.
How long would he have to be missing then?
I'd say at least 3 weeks.
3 weeks?
Of course, it'd depend on who he was. If the patrician went missing for 3 hours, it'd warrant an investigation.
Justice for some, eh?
Shipping manifest, can I show this to you?
Does this shipping order mean anything to you?
No.
Fine. Fine, fine, fine.
You don't happen to know how a troll singer might end up with a lot of money by any chance?
I don't know.
Well, that was a short and sweet. Okay. The count is done then. To be honest, I'm guessing Nobby won't help us at the moment.
You could say this about Nobby. Deep down, he was a good man. Well, deep down, he was probably a man. Good might be stretching it a bit.
Okay. Okay. Come on. So, Octarine Parrot. Can I go to the backstage?
I've got some more questions for you, Sapphire.
I was
Sapphire busy. Leave her alone.
So, how have things been?
Things way they always been. Slow, dull.
But you've kept yourself amused, haven't you?
Don't know what you mean.
right. I'll ask about the money, but she'll tell nothing.
So, you won this money at the races?
No, not at races. At casino.
Oh, yeah, that's right. At the casino.
Yeah, we know that already, but I will show you the picture.
Do you recognize the dwarf in this iconograph?
You must think I know whole town.
Fine.
The only time I saw Mundy, he was playing with the Mattel. It wasn't for... I had a feeling that Mundy's coin was important.
Okay. Well, to be honest, I don't think I need to show that to anyone. Well, actually, well, at least to her. Mankin have... Why do I have to go around there? Why couldn't I just come straight through here?
Come to persecute me some more, Lewton? A man's gotta have a hobby.
I haven't asked about Sapphire's money on you.
Where did Sapphire get all that money from? Ha, ha, ha.
You never give up, do you?
That's considered an asset in my line of work.
Just leave me alone, Lewton. I'm sick of the sight of you. I'm sick of talking to you. And I am sick of all your damn questions.
Look, you know I'm not gonna give up. Why not just pretend you've held out for a commendable length of time and finally cracked?
It could be our little secret. Lewton, if anyone starts saving up to get an assassin for you, let me know, will you? That's one cause I'd gladly give generously to.
In the meantime, what about Sapphire's money?
I didn't even know she had any money.
She claims to have won it over at the casino.
At Saturnalia? You've got to be kidding. If Sapphire had a big win, the whole town would know about it by now. No, I'd be prepared to bet it has something to do with whoever she met when she missed her shift.
Who did she meet?
I've no idea. All I know is she missed her shift because she had to meet someone.
Thanks for your help.
Oh, it's always a pleasure, Lewton.
Wow. So, secret meeting. Well...
You don't happen to know who Sapphire was meeting with when she missed her shift at the Octarine Parrot?
Leave me alone, Lewton.
Okay. Have you seen this dwarf?
Do you recognize the dwarf in this iconograph?
I know a lot of people. That doesn't mean I want to talk about them with you.
Fine. Back to the backstage. Let's ask.
I've got some more questions for you, Sapphire.
Leave.
Not yet, because I want to know about that little secret meeting.
I hear you had a mysterious meeting not too long ago. Not long after, you turn up with a lot of money. Sounds like an awfully big coincidence to me.
Stop harassing Sapphire. Already told Lewton. Won the money at Saturnalia.
Right.
Who would know about that? I don't know. But we know she lied. I'll go to Dwarf first. And then Pier 5. Maybe.
Still here?
Not for much longer, I hope.
Have you seen this?
I showed Reagan's picture to the first mate and he recognized it.
Yes, I think that was the dwarf who pulled up in a carriage shortly after we docked. I think he collected some of the cargo, too.
Do you remember which way he went?
He drove away upwards at high speed. I wouldn't be surprised if he caused an accident somewhere down the line.
Does this mean anything to you?
It's a shipping order.
I'd worked that out, thanks.
There you go. Didn't even need my help.
Okay. So what did we get? Regent's Garage. Come on.
Can you tell me anything about the carriage the dwarf was driving?
Oh, I'm sorry, I can't remember. My memory isn't very good. I need things to jog it.
Would a crowbar work?
But that's not what I meant.
The first, I needed to find out where he was going.
May I tempt you with that diamond?
I wasn't about...
Coin?
I had...
Do I have it?
I suppressed the urge to ask for money. I was broke, sure.
Okay. So, yeah, we can't ask anything more. Should I... Well, I can't go to the pier from here.
I have a few more questions.
You'll persist.
Do you recognize the dwarf in this iconograph?
It's faintly familiar, but no, I can't place it.
Fine.
I've come to collect some cargo.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, I'm gonna swallow that, aren't I? I mean, you come up asking questions about cargo, and I won't tell you about the cargo. Then, miraculously, you're here to collect some cargo. You must think I was born yesterday.
Well, I can always take this shipping order to your boss and say that you wouldn't let me collect my cargo.
Okay. Well, let's not be too hasty, eh? I mean, I have to be skeptical, right? I'm a watchman. Where would we be if people like me weren't just a little bit cynical? All right. You win.
I eventually persuaded the watchman to show me the ledger for the recent deliveries. The Milka had been carrying some wine barrels that were shipped to the Café Ankh and some crates under the name Varberg. According to the watchman, they were collected by the Guild of Archaeologists, Antiquarians, and Tomb Evacuators. I guess somewhere was the von Uberwald crate that went with the shipping order, but the watchman didn't know about it, and there was no sign of it in the warehouse.
Nice eyes. Oh! Dwarf is still... No. Oh! We're done with the Wharf and Pier, apparently. We are done with those. What do we have? Saturnalia, Café Ankh, Guild of Archaeologists, Brothers Workshop, Temple of Small Goods. I'll probably start with the Cafe Ankh, then go to Guild of Archaeologists and Temple of Small Gods. But before that, I'll take a quick break and I'll be right back. Okay. Oh, I have to move my chair. Sorry about that noise. Let's go to the Cafe Ankh. Because there was a talk about those wine. No one's here at the moment. Oh, there you are.
Taking a break, Samael?
Oh, yes. It's not easy working the piano all night.
Well, I'm sure you deserve it.
Thank you, Mr. Lewton.
You don't have to call me Mr. Samael. We're old friends.
Sure thing, Mr. Lewton. Old friends. I reckon I've earned a right to call you Mr.
As long as that's what you want.
Okay, let's talk with Samael because we haven't been able to do that before.
How's business, Samael?
It's pretty good, Mr. Lewton. How are things with you?
Not so good. I think I'm so deep in trouble that I haven't even realized it yet.
You haven't had much luck, have you, Mr. Lewton?
Not since the Hotel Pseudopolis.
That was when... Oh, I see.
That's okay, Samael. I don't mind talking to you about it. You're like family.
So, now we have to go through everything with him. Let's start with the Mundy case. Asil?
Does the word Azil mean anything to you?
Sorry, Mr. Lewton, I don't know anything about that.
Again, I'm almost positive that this has nothing to do with anything, but we need to ask anyways. Mundy.
Can you think of any reason that Mundy might have been hung upside down before he was killed?
Sorry, Mr. Lewton.
Okay.
Does 3712V mean anything to you?
Sorry, Mr. Lewton, I don't know anything about that.
Fine. Carlotta.
What do you know about a woman named Carlotta?
Sorry, Mr. Lewton.
What do you know about a dwarf named Al-Khali?
Sorry, Mr. Lewton, I don't know that.
Do you know a troll by the name of Malachite?
Sorry, Mr.
Okay.
Have you seen Ilsa recently?
You weren't expecting her to be here, were you?
No, I wasn't.
I've not seen her for a while. Last time she was here, she was with a foreign gentleman. I think he might have been from the Agathian Empire.
Yeah, that'll be two conkers, I guess. How come you know about the Agathian Empire? That's not common knowledge, is it?
Worked the piano for enough years and you hear just about everything.
Any idea where they might be now?
I don't know, Mr. Lewton, but I think they might be in trouble.
You could be right.
Well, they are. Counterweight killings.
You hear a lot of talk around here, Samael. Have you heard anything about the counterweight killings?
Oh yeah, I've heard the talk. It's making the customers nervous.
What do they say?
Just rumors. You know how rumors spread.
Well, let me know if you hear anything that has the ring of truth to it.
We asked about Mundy. So, Sapphire?
I'm trying to find out why a troll named Sapphire would lie to me. Any thoughts?
Sorry, Mr. Lewton, I don't know anything about...
Okay, Regent's Carriage.
3 nights ago, Reagan left the wharf in Ankh, heading hubwards in a carriage. Did you see him?
I wouldn't know anything about that, Mr. Lewton.
This is interesting. It's a little bit higher, the point where you can choose. Jasper.
Do you know a troll by the name of Jasper Horst?
Sorry, Mr. Lewton, I don't...
Why did I say Jasper? Jasper, I meant. Sapphire's money?
You don't happen to know how a troll singer might end up with a lot of money by any chance?
Sorry, Mr. Lewton, I don't know anything about...
You're useless to me. Secret meeting.
You don't happen to know who Sapphire was meeting with when she missed her shift at the Octarine Parrot?
Sorry, Mr. Lewton.
He's starting to sound like a broken record. We asked about counterweight killings, gold and sword.
I didn't want to discuss. This was clear.
Okay, you're not going to ask about that. Wine barrels. That we need to know.
Apparently, some of the cargo on the Milka was delivered here. That's right. The Milka always brings us a supply of Ephebian wine. Where is it now? Most of it is still in the wine cellar. We sell some of it on. Who to? Lots of different people. I have a box of receipts in the cellar if you're interested. Sure, I'll give you the key.
Well, that was easy. Can we talk?
Some ale, Mr.
Von Uberwald, great. The Warburgs, great. Okay, I think we're done here. There's no point to ask about those other great. Did I have anything?
Some ale, Mr. Lewton.
I could show the iconograph.
Do you recognize the dwarf in this iconograph? Sorry, Mr. Lewton.
Okay. And?
I had a feel.
Fine.
I wasn't about.
Okay. So, we are allowed to go to wine cellar now. Do you use it automatically or should I?
I knew full. I guess I never really noticed at the Cafe Ankh. Perhaps if they'd run out of drink.
Okay. Lewton, there you are. Where's the key?
Years ago, it would have been my dream to stand in the Cafe Ankh's wine cellar. So many barrels of fine wine. Even Chateau Hector, Year of the Weevil. My favorite vintage. I used to dream of Ilsa, too, from time to time. So when I walked in to find Ilsa there, I had to check I wasn't wearing my pajamas.
You always have to choose lesser two weevils. So, right. I didn't realize that she's Ilsa and the two conquers.
Most of the wine barrels in the Cafe Ankh's cellar had been brought into Ankh-Morpork on the Milka.
Okay, we have box of receipts.
Just like Samael had told me, there was a box of receipts in the cellar. I rooted carefully through the receipts, and the only recent purchaser was the patrician. It seems he'd bought a number of barrels of fine wine to take to the palace. I guess the golem I'd seen at the cafe was owned by Lord Veterinary.
Okay. But,
My ex-lover Ilsa and her companion two conkers were hiding out from the Assassin's Guild in the wine cellar. Hello again, Ilsa. I can see I'm going to have to get used to finding you where I least expect. You didn't say goodbye at the casino. What happened to you?
We got away thanks to you.
It was nothing.
It wasn't nothing. You saved our lives, Lewton.
Lulu, is that you?
What's up with him?
He's delirious. He's been injured.
Let me have a look at his wound.
He'll be fine. He needs a chance to rest, that's all. He fades in and out a little, but he'll be okay.
What happened?
It was Remora. He's been following us. He won't quit.
He's an assassin. It's his job. Once they've been paid, the target is as good as dead. They never renege on a contract. They throw great soirees as well. And if they invite you, they won't take no for an answer.
That's not much comfort.
Well, at least you know if an assassin kills you, you're not going to be killed by some thug. They're very efficient at it. Practice makes perfect, you might say. I was going to be an assassin once.
What happened?
The usual. Forces outside my control.
It is you, from Casino. You save our life. We to be in your debt.
I guess you to be just that.
We need your help, Lewton.
Haven't I done enough for you?
I know it's a lot to ask after what happened.
Women. It's never enough for you, is it?
Please, you have to find us somewhere safe to hide.
Why? Why should I do that for you? Why should I do anything for you?
Not for what happened, Lewton. For what we had. Once.
We had a dream. Trouble is, I woke up and I could still remember it.
okay, let's...
Does he know about us?
2 conkers? No, I never told him.
Why not?
He's my husband.
You're married?
I always was, even when I met you.
Why didn't you tell me?
It's not as simple as that. I met 2 conkers in Ikalpon. He was on a secret dig for the Sun Emperor and we fell in love.
I thought the Agateans weren't supposed to know about the outside world.
That's true, but the outside world isn't supposed to know about the Agatean Empire either. Trouble is, centuries ago, their empire spread beyond the counterweight continent, and there's archaeological evidence for the strange and charmed Quack dynasties all along the Turnwise Ocean coast. The Sun Emperor sent 2 conkers out to cover up the evidence.
This doesn't explain why you didn't tell me you were married when we met.
2 conkers went back to the Agatean Empire, and I stayed behind. He wasn't sure I'd be safe there as an outsider. I didn't think I'd ever see him again. He might as well have died. I almost died too, until I met you.
Great. I was your number 2 husband.
You don't understand, Lewton. I didn't love 2 conkers. I mean, I was infatuated with him, and he needed me. I was nothing before I met him. He gave me a purpose. He gave me a life.
Oh, that's good. Because he took mine. At least his accounts will balance. He came back, didn't he? That's why you left me.
Yes. I got a letter from him saying that the government had been overthrown, and the Empire was a new world. I wanted to tell you, but I didn't think you'd understand.
At least you got that right. So, you're Mrs. Ilsa Conkers.
No, I kept my maiden name. Our marriage was supposed to be a secret.
Oh. Archaeology?
So you've been traveling with 2 conkers for quite a while now.
Yes, we've been making our way around the Circle Sea. There have been several digs.
And everything you find goes back to the Agatean Empire.
No, not now. There's no point. Most of it comes here to Ankh-Morpork. We give it to the Guild of Archaeologists, Antiquarians, and Tomb Evacuators. They have quite a collection of artifacts.
That's it? You spend your life digging up junk that no one ever sees?
We're looking for something. Something 2 conkers wants to take back to the Agatean Empire.
What is it?
A jewel.
Jewel. Find the jewel, yes? Tell me about this jewel. Gold-plated jewel. Very old. I thought the Agatean Empire had plenty of gold. Special artifact. Gold to be making it come from Agatean Empire. Stolen by one of your gods. Great fortune to Empire if it can be returned to us. How will you know if you found it? Gold-plated jewel not common. This jewel be having inscription. Unquam paratas.
It means forever ready.
You don't even know if this jewel actually exists, do you?
We've just come from a dig in Sorta. It's a village near the ruins of the ancient city of Sort. We found inscriptions there of many artifacts, including this jewel. It exists, all right. We just haven't been able to find it.
Okay, Sorta.
If all these inscriptions were in Sorta, what are you doing here in Ankh-Morpork?
That's just it. The inscriptions claim that the jewel is here in Ankh-Morpork. Apparently, after the fall of Sort, the jewel was held by monks in the village of Sorta. But over 4 centuries, the Knights of the Order of the Sacred Tulip went out on quests to find it.
Why?
They were knights. They went on foolish quests all the time. It was a knight thing. I think all the different orders competed to outdo each other in foolishness. I heard the Knights of the Fairly Pink Triangle spent 2 centuries looking for a better name.
And you think one of the knights found it?
Apparently. The inscription said he took it to Ankh-Morpork, there to guard it forever.
Forever?
You know these ancient inscriptions. They have a tendency to exaggerate everything. It probably meant nearly forever.
Okay. Now we have to question quite a lot because we have Azil?
Does Azil mean anything?
Azil? That sounds familiar.
Azil is being mad. Mad Askari of Great Nef. Tell you about him if you're wishing. No, that's all right. If I need to know more, I know where to come.
So everybody knows that. Well, not everybody, but some. Mundy.
Can you think of any reason that Mundy might have been hung upside down before he was killed?
I don't think we can help you with that.
Numbers?
Does 3712V mean anything to you?
Well, it could be a catalog number.
A catalog number? For what?
In the Guild of Archaeologists, they have a collection of artifacts there, and they all have a catalog number.
Are you sure that's what it is?
No, of course not. It could mean anything, but it's a possibility at least.
Interesting point. Actually, it seems like it could be a catalog number or something like that, or year, or something else.
What do you know about a woman named Carlotta?
Sorry, but they're not anyone we know.
Okay. Al-Khali?
What do you know about a dwarf named Al-Khali?
Sorry, but they're not anyone we know.
Malachite?
Do you know a troll by the name of Malachite?
Sorry, but they're not anyone we know.
The big troll, he certainly...
Wrong button. It's funny how he has the Al-Khali, always the same way. Obviously only one line, but it's more shouting than Malachite and Carlotta.
I didn't see any... Sheesh, they probably wouldn't know anything.
Okay, counterweight killings.
Have you heard of the counterweight killings?
The what?
The counterweight killings. Word is all across town, it seems.
That's what they were talking about in the casino. A foreign assassin in town killing prominent officials.
That's it. The ritualistic murders in town. People must have heard about two conkers, and word has got around that there's someone from the counterweight continent in town.
The rumors must have got mixed up somehow.
There's no somehow about it. Rumors always get mixed up. Do you think the Duke of Earl is really as stupid as people believe? Of course not. But every time someone does something stupid and no one can remember who did it, it gets blamed on the Duke.
You mean he doesn't have the mental powers of a mushroom?
Well, there's some truth in all rumors.
So people think Two Conkers is an assassin. This is insane. He couldn't hurt a fly. He couldn't even catch a fly. Come to think of it, he couldn't even catch a cold.
It doesn't matter whether or not he is an assassin, only that people think he is.
Well, can't we just go to the patrician and get the whole thing cleared up?
We could, but his idea of clearing the whole thing up probably means handing Two Conkers over to the Assassin's Guild. He rates tidiness over justice.
Would they let us go if we explained?
They don't care whether he's an assassin or not. They've been paid. It's all over but the receipt.
Then you're our only chance. Help us, Lewton. You're our only hope.
What do you want me to do?
You have to find somewhere safe for us to hide Two Conkers. Somewhere that no one in their right mind would look for him. Please, Lewton.
Listen to me. Nowhere is safe. There's nothing I can do for him. I can't help you.
At least think about it.
That isn't going to take me long.
To be honest, I probably have a mental capacity of a mushroom, and you are our only hope. Yeah, definitely a Star Wars reference again. We asked about that. Malachite, Sapphire Light. Let's ask about Sapphire Light.
I'm trying to find out why a troll named Sapphire would lie to me. Any thoughts?
I don't think we can help you with that.
Okay. I figured as much. Regan's carriage. Again.
3 nights ago, Regan left the wharf in Ankh, heading hubwards in a carriage. Did you see him?
Sorry, Lewton. We don't know anything.
That's interesting. Jesper Horst.
Do you know a troll named Jesper Horst?
Horst? I've heard of him. He's a treasure hunter, isn't he?
So it seems.
I heard that one of his employees was in Sota when we were. I don't know what they were doing, though.
Okay. Money.
You don't happen to know how a troll singer might end up with a lot of money by any chance?
I don't think we can help you with that.
Okay. Secret.
You don't happen to know who Sapphire was meeting with when she missed her shift at the Octarine Parrot?
I don't think we can help you with that.
Sword.
You two must know about a lot of ancient artifacts.
Of course. Why do you ask?
Ever heard of a golden sword? Golden sword? You have to be being more precise. Must be 50 golden sword artifacts in Agathian Empire alone.
But then they do have a lot of gold. That's why they call it the Orient.
Nice wordplay, Orient and Orient. Tell me
I
about...
didn't think they had anything more to
Okay, that's it. Do I want to ask about wine barrels?
Do you know anything about the wine barrels the milker was carrying?
Sorry, Lewton. We don't know any.
Yeah, I'm guessing we're not asking about those things. I have gone through everything, I think. Yeah, I know it's a little bit bore, but...
Do you recognize the dwarf in this iconograph?
Sorry, but they're not anyone we know.
But it's something you... As we learned, we have to do these things.
I wasn't about to...
Okay.
Does this coin mean anything?
My word! That looks just like 2305.
What?
Number 2305. One of the artifacts we dug up in Sorta. It's an early Sortian coin, I think. Your having one would seem to confirm that.
What makes you say that?
Well, we only found one, so we thought it might be a seal with some symbolic or cultural significance. But if there's more than one, then it's probably just a coin.
Is it valuable?
Not really.
Well, fine. I think we're done here. We got few new places, few leads. I've been thinking I'll probably end this episode here. And next time we have 2 or 3 new places to go. And we probably try to help Ilsa and her husband to conquer us. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this episode and I will see you next time. Until then, goodbye.